Hello there, this is Vi. We're checking out Marmoreal. This is a game I played a little while back. This is, of course, the newer version. We're going to give it a playtest. See if we can give some useful feedback, see what might be different. I've got the game page open here, and it simply says Marmoreal is a bullet hell action RPG with swords, magic, and fully automatic crossbows. It goes on to list some links. They've got a Steam page up already, it looks like, so anyone who might be watching this, if you want to check that out, check out the link in the description below. They've got a Patreon and Twitter, Discord. That being said, I guess we're going to try and jump right into this. I just woke up recently, but we're going to give this a shot. I haven't seen anything past the screen. I think it was a good while ago when I played the last version. I can't really remember, but it does say here I have what looks like a save. It says save 0 time played 1 hour and 21 minutes. Oh, it says right here, last played 9/28/2020. So it's been about half a year, I'd say, and I think we're gonna go to a new game. I don't know if the saves, there's always a possibility of some kind of corruption when you have a different version, a later version, and you have like an old save. I don't know if that's the case or not. I'm not going to test that today. I'm just going to try the new game. I don't remember. I do believe I played with keyboard and mouse before, which I'll probably do here. I'm not sure if there's gamepad support. Alright, this looks familiar. Well, this person just flies. Alright, so this does look very familiar to the last time I played. I don't remember everything, naturally, so I have to reacquaint myself with stuff, but we have some, I believe these are on cooldown, little abilities at the bottom there. The little icons are a bit small. I can't see these very well to get an idea of like what they're trying to indicate. I guess the middle one looks like, oh, looks like an hourglass. Okay, so having pop-up is nice. Took a bit oh, excuse me. Something in my throat. Took a bit for this to pop up the first time for some reason, but that's helpful. Okay, Arcane Blast places a blast rune that deals 50 damage to enemies in the targeted area. I don't know what button this is associated with. That might be nice to put on here somewhere. I don't. Okay, I pressed Q. It looked like I drank a potion. I think this might have gone down. E R F. Space is a little dash. Shift control. Shift has a little blue. Oh, I think that's showing my hitbox. It also makes me slow down. This is nice, but it's very hard to see against the color of the character with the bloom and everything. I'd prefer that would be higher contrast. It's not very functional in my opinion, particularly because I really have to look like directly at this to see it properly. Like if I'm looking even a little bit off to the side, I can't really judge that. So it's better than nothing, but I'd prefer that a little more higher contrast. I still don't know what the buttons are for this. I guess maybe right click is one of these, and then I can click and hold. Alright, this gets smaller as you hold it for some reason, and then we have a little bit of a... Okay, so there's a little meter in the middle that actually goes down, so maybe that's indicating that this is meant to be stronger when you first start shooting, because it's obviously it's wider. It's interesting. Interesting choice. Yeah, so I still don't know how these work. I don't know if these are like they're not even enabled yet. Maybe the number buttons. Okay, the number buttons. Number buttons. Okay. Like I'm thinking maybe the game is going to tell me at some point if I start playing, but it's like the information's already on the screen, so I feel like I should be able to like press the buttons to do it. Looks like this is going to tell me how to attack. I got a little crystal thing here. Middle mouse doesn't appear to do anything right now. I wonder if that's maybe on another character that might do something. It seems like it might be unfortunate if that was just not used at all, because it's kind of right there. Eek, skeletons. What am I saying? Of course there would be skeletons in an undead castle. Alright, hold left mouse button. Easy enough. So we got this dash on spacebar. Interesting. Okay, so at the end of the dash you kind of float for a bit. And I think that doesn't actually affect anything. I think that's just like an animation, but you still have your full control. Because it kind of, when I do it at first, it looks like I'm kind of like I'm sort of stuck in place for a few moments afterwards almost. But it's just you're going back to your normal speed. It's not actually doing anything. It's kind of slightly misleading, but I wouldn't necessarily say that's a problem. It's just what my brain was thinking when I was looking at that. Alternate attack. All right, this thing. So I think this is the same. I don't know. Is there some kind of resource that any of these things use? This just... Wait, that sounded... Oh, it sounds very different. Okay. Some interesting choice of audio here. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't know which thing to use. Like... Okay, so this, I guess maybe it's like a burst option, so maybe if I'm around a corner, I could charge this up and then like pop out and I get like a big burst, and then I can use the primary fire for more damage over time, that kind of thing maybe. Maybe that makes sense. It does slow you down a lot, which is maybe a bit unfortunate because it makes it harder to do what I just said, I think. But, alright, so facing downward, I can't really see very well. Between the angle of the camera and the fact that the screen is wider than it is tall, this is like the worst case scenario where I can't see in this direction very well. So I would suggest, just put like zones where it kind of adjusts the camera a bit for this kind of thing. I think that would be pretty simple for a level design. If you're going to go in this direction, maybe just make some camera adjustments. Whoa, yeah, because it's weird if you're just running and then you just... Like an enemy is already on top of you before you know it's there. Lots of flash going on, lots of bloom. Makes it a little harder to see, I think, attacks that might be coming at me than it ought to be. So I would suggest toning that down a bit, or make some kind of adjustments to certain things, make them kind of draw on top or something. It looks like Q is potion. I don't actually need that right now, I guess. Charge attack. So if I just do this normally, alright, yeah. So this technically doesn't require me to use this, but it does tell me how to do it at least. Didn't it tell me to right click last time? Maybe they mean... Okay, maybe last time it was trying to tell me just to press it and not to hold it, and then this time it expects me to hold it. Which I don't think is really being communicated here. Like, I didn't even use this, I just used this attack to destroy the thing, so it's not really, I don't think it's really teaching very well. I think I might have said all this last time I played, but I guess might as well say it again if it's what's on my mind here. So this, oh, well, that didn't help. It doesn't like go through enemy, okay, so. Alright, so this enemy here, wow, that took a lot of health out of me. Alright, use the potion. I think I can just stand here and talk. How many, I got 2 3/4 hearts from the potion, I think. It's kind of weird. I would expect kind of a nice round number. I'm not sure if maybe I saw that wrong or something. Like maybe I had 1 3/4. I think I had 2 full hearts though. In any case, so this enemy, he kind of charges up his attack, and there's a nice audio cue that it's coming, and then he launches at you, and you can dodge out of the way. That's all good. The only thing that I might suggest tweaking about the enemy is while he's charging up his attack, it's like all the way until basically he actually does the lunge that he's kind of still aiming at you. And I would suggest, for the sake of the general game feel, make him kind of decide on his angle of attack a little bit earlier. Because when you see him like charging up his attack, it's really natural for you to go, oh, I'm going to dodge out of the way. But if you do it like ever so slightly too early or whatever, then by the time you've dodged, he just flies straight into you where you ended up. And then that kind of feels lousy. So it ends up in this situation where you have to know like exactly, you have to kind of time exactly when he's going to start the lunge and then dodge. And sure, you could argue, okay, that's more challenging or whatever, but in my opinion, it feels better if he decides a little bit earlier, so you have like this window of time where you can slap the dodge button and it'll always work in that window. In my opinion, that's intuitive. Also, if you're going to have, I mean, I played this game before, so I know there's a lot of situations where you get like big piles of enemies that you're all fighting at the same time. It's a lot different when you have a lot of enemies versus just like one that you're fighting at a time. The kinds of stuff that you can get away with, so something to consider. Okay, so here it's telling me how to do stuff. Interesting. So they're all kind of this same little deal where there's a circle that you click somewhere. This one deals 50 damage. This one freezes enemies and projectiles for 3 seconds, and this one places a sentry rune that fires projectiles, dealing 5 damage to the closest enemy for 3 seconds. So I can just plop all these down at will. They just recharge over time. There's no resource that I see draining. I don't know what this blue is. I'm assuming the yellow might be like experience. Might be nice if there's a little audio cue when these come back, just something subtle, so you know you got your ability back already. Help a bit. This kind of thing with the cooldowns, I think, in my experience personally, it's really easy to not manage the cooldown timing well, where you can just go a long time without using it, even though it's already back, and you just don't remember it. Whereas generally, I think it's more optimal to kind of keep these in play, you know, use them frequently so that you can kind of maximize their use. So yeah, I think, I probably said this last time too, but I think it's a little hard to get a sense of like how I should use these, you know, like it's easy to just kind of spam them, like you just hit a button and you choose one of the circles and you just throw it in the middle of the enemies. Not really think about like which one of the 3 abilities it is or where you're putting it. There's just not really much thought process necessarily going into that. It's just sort of like you're just spamming some random abilities and they all kind of sort of help whichever one you choose, so you don't necessarily have to think about it much, and consequently I think it's not really adding as much to the gameplay as maybe you hope it would. Poof. Okay. So I assume that removed this force field thing. Why can I... Oh, that's why I can go over here. Alright. More purple. Oh, big crystal thing. Alright, so there's multiple crystal things. For some reason I can just kind of go over here. It's saying the alternate attack again. Is this... Oh, this is from earlier. Okay. Interesting. What's over here? Charged attack. Right. Feel like, yeah, I'm getting some unstable frames here. I think it's because it's in borderless window mode. I don't think there's graphics options. Oh, there's a gear up here. Oh, okay. Here we go. Graphics quality high, windowed. Oh, nice, nice. Let's try this. Is it? No. Okay. It doesn't appear to be doing anything. It could be that it's not implemented yet, or I don't know. I also don't know. I mean, full screen windowed sometimes Full screen just means borderless windowed mode, you know, depending on the game you're playing. It could be nice to have like a smaller window, and then like the full screen window, which is the borderless windowed mode, and then like exclusive full screen, which is important for me playing on Windows 7 apparently. That'll help with that frame instability and stuff. Music volume, graphics quality is at high, but I don't think this will keep me from playing well necessarily. Oh, we got a map in here. Nice. Interesting. I mean, you could put this on the screen, I guess, as like a mini map. Might be nice, but it's nice to have it here. It's not... Probably don't need it all the time, but something to think about, I guess. We got equipment, clear ad. I guess this is maybe some points for after you level up or something. We got respawn, quit to menu, continue. And yeah, let's go ahead and just keep going here. Oh, there's another one. Wait a second. Is it going to fall? Oh no. We are now in the dark. It's really dark in here. I can't see a thing. Yay. All right. So yeah, lots of lots of bright flashes. It's sort of just kind of masking everything. I mean, I can see the red blobs. But even like some of the enemies are starting to disappear under these big flashes of light when I shoot them. Really prefer to have really strong visibility in this genre of game. Okay. Okay. That's kind of weird. I almost kind of missed the animation there. That's funny. Okay, so we're down here. Oh, I'm controlling the other character now. Okay, so they kind of look similar because they're just kind of all blue. I guess that just comes down maybe the design of it, but maybe there's some other way you could kind of create a transition so you realize that now you're controlling a different character. I don't know. It's a very small detail, but it's just... Oh, what stands out to me? What the heck? I can't even see this person. This person is completely hidden. Alright, we got like a big blast. Alright, that's definitely not as strong as this, but... Oh, turns into a big... Alright, interesting. So... I think these guys show when they're behind the walls, which is nice. Me too. I like the outlines. So it's interesting how this kind of goes... You charge this up and it gets like a really wide shot. Like I assume it's kind of like this, but it's just much wider. But when you charge it fully, it goes from being a wide shot to being a narrow shot again. So it's kind of like it's getting bigger, 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 and then it gets really narrow all of a sudden. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's sort of working against itself, if that makes sense to you. And I guess if you wanted to, again, so this kind of thing, it's hard to say for sure. I'm not sure if this would work. Just if I'm just standing here in front of a bunch of enemies, should I just sit here and charge this, or should I just like keep spamming this, right? I don't know what the answer to that is, but I can understand that like if there's enemies around the corner, maybe I want to charge this up, kind of like I said before, and come around the corner and then launch it. But like it's sort of weird. Like, do I want the wide one? If I want the wide one, it could be really awkward to like try and time that right. Like it'd be really easy to accidentally shoot the narrow one instead. So it's like, I kind of feel like you should pick one thing and stick with it. Like, do you want it to be wide attack, or do you want it to be a a powerful narrow attack. Because kind of doing both seems awkward. So I think there's some, what is it, shift? Okay. Some robed guy. Do I pick these up? Okay, interesting. Some robed guy that's like really dark and blends in a lot. Alright, so the shift being helpful here, now that there's bullets on the screen. Interesting lighting effects. I don't know where I'm going, so I'm in the situation where there's multiple paths to take. Oh, it's very maze-like. Oh my gosh, okay, so there's... Okay, there's different types of bullets on the screen, but some of them grab a lot more attention than the other ones. So the red ones are like glowing red, and then there's like little white arrowhead kind of things, which they're visible, but they don't grab nearly as much attention, so they kind of hide a little bit. And I would endeavor to kind of even that out, so that oh, that's a portal. Oh, this is where I started from, I guess. If I touch this, does it do anything? No. Okay, so I guess I have to go this way. Potentially confusing. I mean, I figured this out, but I wouldn't be all that surprised if somebody saw this and said, oh, what's this? And then, like, why can't I interact with it? And then, you know, maybe they spammed some buttons and then they kept running this way, and then they're like, why isn't anything here? You know, like, someone could just completely not realize what's going on here. Makes for a bit of a confusing level layout. It can help if you put a little bit more in the environments for landmarks, so that it's easier for a person to recognize if they're going to a place that they've been before, to help prevent that kind of situation. You could also just design it different. I don't see like a reason to have to go back there, so maybe you could just not let the player go back there. I don't know. Even so, here's some more branching paths, so I don't really know like which one do I go down. Am I gonna miss something if I choose the wrong one? Oh, so this is, I think it won't budge, right? So I can't do this yet. Oh, there's a little thing here. But this is for the future, I suppose. Alright, big chest in a kind of crazy looking room that looks like something imposing, I suppose. Press E to open. Wow, look at that. A cute ribbon. Press escape to open menu. Oh, okay, so... Alright, this is... It's telling me to open this now, so it's kind of trying to guide me through, but this doesn't grab as much attention as I think it should. For one thing, I think that this should disappear once you press escape. That might help, because it... this is very subtle, but when this pops up, of course, it's kind of drawing your attention. Then you press the button, but it's still there, so like your brain doesn't immediately trigger to look for the next thing necessarily, because this is still kind of there. It's like, okay, I pressed it, but it didn't change. So I would remove this message once you have this menu open, and then this I would make stand out more because it kind of blends in a little bit. So maybe make it flash or move a little bit, so it's like, oh hey, look at this. I clicked on this, left click, it didn't do anything. That's also, oh wait, so that's potentially a problem. And this is still here even though I clicked on different things. Alright, so I got the ribbon. It shows up, that's cute. How do I... Oh, I can right click to unequip it, okay. That's not really... That particular control detail, I suppose, isn't presented to me, so might be nice if maybe even on this little pop-up window or something you could put right click to remove. But it seems like it would be intuitive to me to just click and drag. Oh, it looks like you can drag up and down for some reason. But yeah, it might be nice if you could just like click and drag this off in the future, but we got +6 power. I don't know what power means. I don't think I knew what power meant last time either. Maybe it's just you do more damage for all I know. Rare ribbon level 1. Also, when I unequip this, the character here still has it on her head, so maybe that's a little buggy. Anyways, let's keep going. Looks like yep, it's on the model. That's nice. Won't be needing this junk. Whatever it was. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Pretty funny cutscenes. They're enjoyable for sure. He's just right there. Oh no. She handed me this before we left. Guess it's somebody. She called it a secret weapon to use in a pinch. Oh, this is where the guy pops out, right? Warform Frank active. It's that armor thing she was talking about. It's finally done. Target designation: Onyx Golems, Undead Constructs. Inferior constructs. The glory of the Arcanum and the Great Artificer, they will be destroyed. Why is he shouting? Alright, so I'm getting thrown into something akin to a boss battle without having actually played this character before. So I don't really know the buttons, but I guess it's not going to matter too much. He's not that strong. Well, there's more of them. That doesn't seem so boss-like once you spawn more than one at a time, I guess. Oh my gosh. Well, that was too bad. So I kind of got stuck on the corner of the wall there when I tried to dash backwards, as you saw. I didn't expect to die so fast. I didn't actually know how much health I had left. Oh my gosh. All right, I didn't have time. I actually had my hand off the keyboard when the game started playing again. So maybe you might want to allow the player a little more time here. It's nice that I can just start this over again from here, so I didn't like lose progress I have to worry about. Can I hit them both at the same time? Doesn't look like they're both losing health. Interesting. Seems we are not the only ones interested in this place. What do you mean? They're in the distance. That's not good. So this is where the Reds show up, right? The whole army. Dame Vania. Yes, officer. Are the cannons in position yet? Is it Vania or Vania? I'd like to have the barrier down. Hard to fight in the dark. Not yet, ma'am, but we received a report of the recon corps, and it appears that the barrier is already down. We threw a rock at it. Frontal assault. What about the artillery? She's just gonna go for it. Alright, here we go. Alright, yeah, so in general I'm enjoying just the feel of the characters. I like the melee weapon characters in particular for some reason. Maybe it's just personal taste or whatever, but it feels pretty good. And then she's got... Oh, that actually launches a wave. So if I click and hold, it keeps doing this. I really like the streaks on this weapon too, those are cool. You got a little present next to this guy. Soldier's Longsword, level 1 uncommon sword. Yeah, this is very satisfying to slap those skeletons. I like how they die in one hit. So we've got power 3. Yeah, so last time I didn't really know what the status of my health is. It's hard to kind of look all the way in the bottom left corner of the screen when you're actually playing the game. All of your attention is like around here. So I wonder if there's maybe a better way you can show this to the player. At the very least, maybe give some indication if they have low health. That's kind of really obvious. You know, you can put it around the edges of the screen, like a little flash of red or something, or have a sound effect, or make them vocalize something. Even then, though, you can kind of get into trouble if you have, like, if you have a boss that does like 3 hearts of damage or something, and your low health thing doesn't trigger until you have like 1.5 or something, then you know you might not get that kind of warning. So I don't know. Maybe there's just somewhere else you could put this, or make it a little more obvious. Wouldn't necessarily want you to make it distracting or anything. I also forgot about these when I was using the blue characters earlier, because I didn't really need them for any reason. All the enemies are just like, you just click on them and they die. So that's interesting that I didn't even try out their different abilities here. Makes me wonder if there's a better way you could. Well, it probably doesn't matter that much. So this, I guess, looks like something sort of like an uppercut, but it has sort of like the same sort of horizontal arc as the other things. So I don't know, maybe that'll launch characters. If I hold it down, it turns into this. It gets bigger. Maybe it's not an uppercut. I don't know. I like how big it gets. In this case, it's like when you fully charge it, it turns into a projectile that goes straight, but it's encompassing sort of the same area and then some, so it doesn't feel like it's working against itself like the other one did. For lack of a better way to say it here. And what do these actually do? Jump attack. Jumps to the target area. That's cool. Very cool. Okay. 2 is defensive stance. Blocks all incoming attacks for 3 seconds. Okay, we got a little heart that appeared down here. Very subtle, but it says blocks all incoming attacks. Does that mean I don't need to aim it? Is it from all directions? Judgment. Smite nearby foes with a holy cross, dealing 65 damage to all enemies hit by it. This does 52. This does 65. Oh, what the heck? I don't think this was in last time. I think this must be new or different. It's very interesting, but the shape of it is kind of awkward. I wonder. It seems like there's a lot of opportunity for them to kind of fit through the cracks here, you know? Let's pick this up. So we got a shield. Let's try that out. I like the little exclamation mark on the thing here when you have something new. +4 power. All right, so we're getting more power again. I don't know what that does. Here's my shield. I mean, shield. I think I meant to say shift. So I pressed the shift key and then, like, I guess the way I moved, I kind of saw the shield move for a second. So it was like my brain was thinking shield. It does sort of almost look like she's shielding herself while holding this, which would be interesting, I think, if you could actually just hold shift to like shield. Maybe you could like block certain projectiles in front of you and you could like aim it, that kind of thing, and it wouldn't be on a cooldown. I think that'd be pretty cool, but it's just a random idea. We got this tank thing. This will work for sure. All right, anime stuff. She just punches through the castle wall. Oh my gosh, those guys attack a lot faster than I expected. Okay, why didn't she just punch through the wall in the first place instead of using this tank thing? I guess this is just a wall. E to open the chest. We got more armor, +2 power. Let's try that. Alright, different red person. Okay, waiting for something to happen. All right. So yeah, I noticed this last time as well. I really like the cutscenes. I think they're charming. Some of the timing in the cutscenes is a little bit drawn out, so I wonder if you might be able to tighten things up a little bit just for the sake of brevity, I guess. I don't think you should rush through them necessarily. And sometimes, you know, it's sort of like I don't know how to explain it, but it's probably intended to not rush it, you know, to make the timing give the events more impact or whatever, that kind of thing. But I can imagine some people might get a little impatient with it, so short and sweet can be nice. I'm not sure this is a good idea. So this is when she launches the person, right? That's really funny. That's nice. I like that. Alright, I don't actually remember how to play this character, so we've got rapid fire, we've got... Alright, another one of these where it sort of starts with like a super wide thing and then turns into like a narrow thing, so it's kind of, I don't know, a little weird, but... Whoa, okay, so, okay. These are being drawn through the... Oh my gosh, what the heck? I don't, they all have projectiles, oh my gosh. That guy's a shield, jeez. Got a little lucky, I don't know. Okay, that's where the collider is. Collider looks different on this character. Maybe it's just a different color, the yellow. Makes it a little less well-defined or something. Yeah, I think I wouldn't even make that so soft around the edges. I would just make that kind of a more of a solid circle, I think. Help that stand out. Yeah, so this character, the primary fire feels pretty weak. Like, it doesn't feel very good at all, actually. Maybe that's by design, maybe that's just meant to be that this character's kind of less good at range or something, but I think that would be awkward for a character that wields a crossbow to not be good at range. I don't know, but that feels a little weak. Then we have the dash move. You do have to worry also about the fact that, like, if somebody wants to charge this the full size, it seems like it'd be pretty easy to accidentally just hold it for a moment too long, and then you end up like dashing, and that, because it moves you so far, that could be a big deal to make that kind of mistake. Like suddenly you're in like a bad position or something, you just like fly into an enemy like a boss or something and you get smacked. I don't know, that might happen. But we also have these abilities, so we've got throw some knives, it looks like. Let's actually read what this says. Fan of 15 throwing knives, each dealing 8. Fire rifle, 50 to all enemies in a line, and grenade. Throw a grenade that explodes on impact, dealing 50 damage to all enemies in the blast radius. So, shoot everyone in a line, throw a grenade. Pretty cool. Just throw a bunch of thingies. I guess that's all the abilities here. I didn't even hit. Ah, it's a little hard for me to see those bullets. Crossbow bolts. Alright, we got some stuff. More stuff. Common light armor. +2 power. Not her again. Whoa! Holy moly. So, like, am I meant to go through this? Looks like I can go through it, right? Can I go in those doors? Alright. She she the one who made all the explosions, I guess? Her face. Oh no. Alright. Okay, I'm just spamming the buttons here. Flare strike. Call down 3 fireballs from the sky, with each dealing 20 damage to all enemies in their blast radii. Alright, this is an interesting thing because it kind of stacks the closer it is. It looks like once you go out here, it's probably not very effective because whatever you're aiming at, it's probably going to miss with like 2 of the things, but when it's closer, maybe that works better. I don't know if it can hurt you or... No, it's not going to hurt you. But I guess, if anything, is... I assume the damage stacks, so if like you get one enemy in all 3 circles, it's going to do more. Well, this recharge is pretty fast, I guess. Maybe I just lost track because I was talking. Self-immolation, set yourself on fire, passively dealing 25 damage per second to nearby enemies for 5 seconds. You can attack normally while on fire. So that's just something you can just spam randomly, I guess. Because you can do other stuff while it's going on. We got... Oh, alright, so the meter down here is for your dash for whatever reason. I don't know why you would need to commit such a big meter just for that. It doesn't seem to actually accomplish anything. But maybe, I don't know if there's any other purpose for that, but it doesn't seem very useful to me. Fire Scourge. Send out a flaming vortex dealing 30 damage towards the target location that then returns to you. So it's like a boomerang.
Bye-bye.
Okay. It's interesting. I wonder if maybe it would make sense to have it kind of to hang out in the end point for a moment and then come back.
Yahoo!
To wait for it to recharge because I'm trying to experiment with it.
Bye-bye.
Oh. So, okay, so apparently it doesn't care how near to you aim with it. It just kind of goes out anyways.
Bye-bye.
Alright, that seems misleading because of the way that the visual looks. Generally, the visual kind of indicates where the attack is going to go, and in this case, it apparently, like, it doesn't... It looks like it's just going to go right in front of me, right? Because the red thing doesn't keep going, so I feel like that should keep going if that's...
Yahoo!
That's how it's going to work. So yeah, I guess this is a little misleading. You can't actually go in these, so this is one thing that occurred to me when I was like dodging the explosions. I was like, maybe I should run in one of these window door things. I guess they look like doors, but you can't actually do that, so I can imagine somebody screwing that up. Let's keep going. I got... So that's for this, and then 2 is something to just spam. Oh my gosh, it's hard to see all the stuff though. Alright, just hold mouse 1. I think we want to use the shift button. Oh, that guy is there. What the heck? He blends in so much. What was I thinking just now? Oh, right. So... Yeah, so this sort of feels like something that would have some kind of resource, like maybe it would use up over time. I think maybe in other games you might it might be like that, I don't know, but it apparently doesn't, so it's kind of nice. You can just hold it all the time if you want. I didn't even try the right click yet. Oh my gosh, that's a big... That's cool. Apparently I can also... Oh no. This is like as fast as you can click? Okay, I think there's a limit, but it's pretty high. I might... It's not a big deal, but just the fact that you can kind of spam the button really fast to get more of these. It's not very powerful, I guess, to do that, so maybe it's not advantageous, but it's one of those things where you kind of... you might worry about the idea of somebody getting an advantage from being able to physically click the button faster than someone else could, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. That looks like a little spiky door thing. If it's gonna close if I go in there. So I guess there's a little bit of delay. It felt like it was a bit longer a moment ago, but like when you click the primary fire, it takes a moment for it to come out, but... Oh. Okay, so if I spam the left click a few times and then hold it, I'm like sitting here for a moment and it's not coming out. So it looks like there are situations where you can come in like when I think it's like right after you stop and you try and start shooting it again or something. Sometimes it just doesn't shoot for a moment and you just have to wait there for it to start doing the attack, and I would consider that a bug. You don't want to have the player clicking the button and not getting their attack. So again, we've got this kind of sprawl with all these different, I have like 4 different ways I can go or something. I don't know which one to choose. This seems very powerful. Oh, someone's here. So I wonder about, I assume between like the primary fire and the secondary fire, one of these is probably more powerful for damage over time. So I wonder if it would just be strictly better to use one or the other. I like that. Alright. Alright, doors changed. I think that's gonna release some monsters or something. That was a miss. I want to charge it fully. Ah, there's bullets. Oh my gosh, that guy's right there. Oh, Frank. Alright, got the elevator. So now we're back to the blue people. When they see each other. So was it Frank who was making it spin on his own when the red girl did it? That would make sense. Oh, there's a door here. Common spellbook. I just get +2 power. Looks like I haven't actually gotten any equipment for this person yet. That goes through stuff. Interesting. I didn't even realize that. So I could actually like stand around corners and spam this into people, I guess. Random circle. I don't know, I think that one just does damage. Oh my gosh, that guy, oh. He is up on a thing, that's why he's... I was like looking down at this and reading it, I thought maybe he was like shooting through a wall or something. I think this one slows people and this one... Oh, this is the sentry thing, which I haven't actually used. Alright, more branching paths. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wish they wouldn't attack, like, as soon as they're, sometimes maybe even before they're on the screen, they're like already throwing an attack at you. So it's a little bit harsh because you don't know that they're there, and then there's already an attack flying at you, especially if you're going in this direction. Like I said before, you can't really see far in front of you, I guess. That's a bit tricky to deal with. Which... Oh, this isn't giving me the exclamation mark. Oh, there's a person attacking. Okay, so don't know what happened here. Oh, I can select the other characters. Oh, was it for a different character? Is it possible to get items for the other characters? It's just some kind of a bug because nothing is showing up after I open that chest. So I don't know what happened there. Maybe I hit the pause too soon or something and it bugged out. 3. What is that? Little Triforce? Triforce piece? Looks like it's half of a key or something. Alright, what is in this direction? I don't know, I think this is where I came from. Oh. Can I go over here? Is there a reason to go over here? Apparently not. Oh my gosh, these dudes. I think those are for healing. Oh, that guy has a lot of health. Might be nice to have an option to adjust the screen shake a bit. I feel like it might be giving me a bit of a headache or something, but it's quite a bit of screen shake, and it's nice if you have like a little thing and it just says like you could turn it off or you could have it on low and high or something like that. Just a little bit of an adjustment option can be nice. So I've got some chests open. I'm hoping I actually got the things from it. Also, if I had better frame stability, I probably wouldn't feel like my head hurts here. So this is the one in my inventory, and this is one I have equipped, right? Like the little comparison thing. Oh, it even highlights the one that's better, I guess. That's nice. Okay. I got the other part of the key, I guess. So do I go in here? Yeah, I go in here. Alright. Oh, I remember this. So I think this is like where I stopped last time because this boss was kind of hard. Oh, so this is like another tribe or something, like purple people? Besides the red and the blue ones, I think. It's a necromancer. It's kind of silly that we have the little portraits on the left and the right, and the actual models sort of taking up the same space on the screen. Kind of looks like there's 4 people. Wonder if that's necessary. We were just leaving. Centus. Alright, finding the necromancer. Whoa, they're attacking before I get control apparently. What the heck? What is going on? Oh my gosh. I can't really see those guys, especially when I'm shooting and there's just so much flashing on the screen. I got super owned. Oh, now there's red people. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't get close to her, so... Which thing? Wait. I don't know how stuff works. Right. Whoa. Fireworks or something? Alright, that's shooting right into me. Oh my gosh. That hit me? Okay, I guess. I guess so. I think I forgot where the collider was there. But yeah, that was very hard, and then she's just gonna leave, I guess. Oh, now I remember, yeah. They're just walking over the things. No, I definitely played the level after this one last time I played. Soldier sees the archer, kill the mage. Oh, the blue girl's the archer, I guess. Wait, who walked through the portal? Was it the armor guy? Okay. Whoa! Okay, we've got like a encampment here. I vaguely remember this as well. We can like switch between blue people and the red people, I guess. And then we have missions. The blue people have missions and the red people have missions. Survival 1 to 5, the forest path, rift keeping. I don't think I did this one before. I think I did the red one. I feel like so far I like the red characters more. I think they're more interesting to play as, so maybe that's not a good thing. I didn't play this. Actually, I didn't play either of these very much. I only played this guy for a moment. Maybe he's interesting. I guess click on that guy. Alright, we're in the forest. The music got a lot louder all of a sudden. Feels like an anime opening. What the heck? Oh my gosh, everything's so glowy. I don't know if you have iframes when you're dashing. Can I like dash through bullets? Does that work? It's a bit hard to dash like super accurately with the WASD. The music got ultimately loud. Yeah. That would be more reasonable. Alright, quick fix. So yeah, cool track, but oh, what the heck? I don't know what these things do. Alright. The scream is funny. I would say when the player dies, you should kind of leave the gameplay screen up for a moment so that they can kind of see what happened in the last moment. It's pretty jarring when you just like throw them into a completely different screen instantly like this. It just feels a lot better if you can kind of watch your character die and then you can kind of see the situation around it, then kind of let what happened sink in, I guess. Let's go ahead and click on respawn. So yeah, these are enemies I'm not really familiar with, but having a bit of issue with the visibility. Everything's quite glowy, which I don't like very much, and also I feel like the what the heck? That guy moves a lot further than I expect him to. And he can kill you really fast, apparently, if you just let him hit you over and over again. But yeah, the frame instability I'm getting is kind of annoying because it makes all the movement jerky. So I really wish I had like an exclusive full screen mode that even everything out here to help me to keep track of everything. Oh, what the heck? Those guys can kill you ultra fast. Okay, so something a little weird happened where they started charging their attack and then they just stopped all of a sudden and then they started just as suddenly again. So it like completely threw off the timing, like when I'm supposed to dodge them. And I'm not sure if I'm getting like invincibility frames after I get hurt. It seemed for a moment like maybe if there's multiple of those guys, they could all just kind of hit me together or something. This guy makes like a wall of bullets. I don't have well, I might have projectiles. I do have projectiles. Looks like we got items. I think I got an item for a different character, right? There we go. Oh, plus 6% damage, so now we have something different. It's not... The plus 6% isn't being shown on her screen, though. I would expect that to be written here somewhere. Oh my gosh. So I don't know if it's like when you move out of range or something that they cancel their charge and then they can start it again. Something like that. Definitely created a weird situation there a moment ago. Okay, so I never tried his abilities. So he's got a spinning thing. Channel energy. Causing every attack to send out shockwaves. Do 2i damage to all enemies hit by it. Oh, that's very underwhelming. I don't know, maybe that's a placeholder or something. But that was a lot less flashy than like all the other things. And this does just like a spinning 28 damage with each strike. There's red stuff sealing a rift. Oh, this dude's coming. So I'm just supposed to stand in the area, I guess? Oh my gosh. I feel like my dash is a little bit has too much distance for the way that these enemies are designed. I like these melee attacks. It's okay. This person is suddenly here. A rift. Who is that? The Great Penelope. Okay, is this a boss character then? Okay. Whoa. Alright. That was very comical. Okay. So yeah, I didn't even have my hand like on the controls and I just died. You might want to adjust the timings a bit here. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Wow, okay. So yeah, having to go all the way back here is pretty lousy. So, this guy kills you so fast if you're not like really on top of it. I feel like I should just restart. Which maybe I should, I guess. Are these permanent? Like if I pick up things and then I die, do I lose them? I think I kept it, right? Interesting. Right, so these enemies, some of them shoot these like big arcs of projectiles, and kind of the problem I'm encountering with that is like the only thing you could do about it when that happens, theoretically you could dash through them, I think, but the dash goes so far it's really hard to kind of manage in these sort of tight corridors. It's like you're gonna put yourself into a worse situation by just dashing into a bunch of enemies. The other option you have is to back away from it, because as it kind of as this wave of bullets goes, it kind of spreads out, and then as it spreads out, you're more able to weave between the things. So you're kind of just constantly being pushed back by these sort of walls of bullets, which when you're playing a character that has like a melee as his primary form of attack, it feels really kind of not very good. So I'd almost wonder if you'd be better off doing just less of those kinds of attacks in general. If they're just like straight flying bullets and stuff like that, then maybe I could just kind of sidestep them and that kind of thing. That might be just more interesting to deal with, rather than this kind of thing. How can that guy hit me? That didn't even touch me. And yeah, see, there's just like a lot, so it's Alright, I got another of the same. Oh, that didn't kill him. Doesn't that usually kill him? I don't remember. That's a pretty big attack. Oh, Penelope's here. I'm fighting. Whoa, I'm fighting Penelope all of a sudden. What the? How do I dodge all this? Oh, I'm trying to charge it up. Ah! There's so many things to look at the same time. Wait, there's too many of them shooting at the same time. I can't see it off the screen either. That's just a gigantic wall. I don't know how to deal with that. Alright, I'll try again. I think it should be relatively... Oh my gosh, okay, so... Why is... Alright. So when you're doing the dash, you do collide with enemies, and that doesn't feel very good in my opinion, because they can kind of body block you a little bit. I wonder if it would be worth kind of turning off the collision from the enemies until you end your dodge, and maybe just kind of push any conflicts out of the way or whatever. I haven't been using the buttons up here, which is in part because it's a little challenging for me, because I have to take my fingers off of the movement controls to get those buttons, and that is not something I'm used to doing. That's probably something some people who play other games might do more frequently, but I don't know, I might want to rebind those if I could in the future version of the game or something. what else was I gonna say? Those guys that kind of launch themselves at you, the orb things, they seem to have like an area of effect attack or something. It feels like they kind of hit you when they shouldn't. It doesn't feel very good in my opinion. Even if it may technically make sense. These bullets are also hiding behind the trees, which is very not good if you can't see the bullets. Looks like I can kind of cheese these guys by hiding around the corner here. Ah, so many bullets. And they go in all different directions at the same time. What the? How do I do? There's just a gigantic wall. Oh my gosh. Ah! Yeah, and I'm not sure, like, when you're charging this up, it takes a long time, but then it slows you down so much that you end up in these situations where some of these attacks you can't actually move around. It's like sometimes slowing down the movement speed actually is helpful, but in some situations is not, right? Like holding shift, you might do that to weave between small bullets, but if there's just like this giant thing coming at you, and you can't move out of the way in time, but if you let off the button, then you lose your charge, and it's kind of like... What the heck? Ah! Whoa, how do I... I don't know how to avoid that combination of patterns. That was absolutely bonkers. So yeah, this is very hard. I'm not even sure exactly where the colliders are on those attacks, the star-shaped ones. They look enormous, some of them. It's very difficult to deal with. This takes so long to charge up. It's really bad how jerky the frames are. I don't know how it looks in the capture. Maybe sometimes it doesn't look exactly the same compared to what I'm seeing. So I'm like getting kind of lucky some of the time because it seems like just the big bloom of the bullets is like a lot bigger than what they actually are or something. Because sometimes I'm just like randomly not getting hit and it's just like pure luck or whatever. So I definitely think the visibility could be a lot better. So something... Let's get rid of these guys first. Alright. I'm actually gonna grab the gamepad here. So I haven't tried this yet. I don't know if this is supported. Looks like I can move. Oh, looks like I used the potion. I forgot about the potions. Alright, so far we've got... Hey, what? Well, that does work. And then... How do I cancel it after I activate this? Because pressing it again doesn't do anything. Is there a way to cancel that? Seems like the gamepad is supported, I just don't know what all the buttons are. Somehow I just put this on cooldown even though... Oh, that's right, because nothing happens until you push the attack buttons after you activate this one, I think. So I think you want some kind of visual effect, like, you know, make the guy flash or something. Like, make a flash of light come out of his body or something. So if I do this, I can right click, but I don't have right click on the gamepad. So I don't know. Oh, it looks like I can press the right trigger. But that's really weird. Like that's not intuitive the way it is on a mouse, right? Looks like I can aim myself with the right stick, but the little mouse cursor is still there. So what do I do? Just push that into the corner or something? Oh, okay. The right bumper here is your primary attack. Left bumper, I don't think is doing anything. So okay, so these aren't the controls I would have chosen. This seems to differ between people. So for me personally, when I hold the controller in a neutral fashion, my index fingers land on the triggers, and I have to reach up to hit the bumpers on the Xbox controller. So some people, apparently they hold the controller in a way that their index fingers rest on the bumpers and their middle fingers rest on the triggers, which to me feels absolutely bonkers, but apparently a lot of people do that. So this kind of control scheme might make more sense, where the primary fire is on the bumper and then the trigger has a secondary fire. For me it feels a little awkward, so I would rebind that if I could. I don't think we have rebinding in the game, right? Yeah, I don't see any rebinding. What is this? Oh, for some reason I can access this even when I'm in the settings menu. It's a little weird. Yeah, I would want to rebind that. It does look like the gamepad is implemented. I'm wasting potions. It would probably be good if you couldn't use a potion if you are at full health. But so there's a lot of buttons and I haven't had the chance to learn them, so it's a little awkward. But yeah, so I'd want to be able to cancel these abilities by just pressing the same button again, maybe. At least on the gamepad. Okay, so I see how you have this set out. This is dodge, and then this is... Yeah, it feels like this would be really hard. I'm sure it's doable, but the aiming with the right stick while moving and attacking seems like it would be challenging, but I'm sure someone could learn how to do that. What I've been curious about is the idea of like actually doing like a hybrid mode, where you could, like right now I'm holding the mouse in my right hand but holding the controller in my left hand. So the thing is with this kind of game, something like a bullet hell, it's a lot better, a lot easier for me to do the movement and stuff with a gamepad, like dodging bullets and that kind of thing. The problem is that this is omnidirectional, so aiming is really hard with a gamepad, at least for me. So I find the mouse a lot better, but I think it would be cool if you could do this hybrid mode. The only problem is I don't have all the buttons, so I can run around, I can dash. Left bumper doesn't appear to actually do anything. I could hit the potions. I keep forgetting about the potions, by the way. But I could do primary and secondary attack. Middle mouse button also doesn't appear to be used. Same with the scroll wheel. I don't know if you want to use those. So I suppose if I could rebind some things, I could get... Yeah, I mean, I have some side mouse buttons and stuff, so maybe in theory I could bind these to stuff. Like I could have one on the left bumper, I could have one middle mouse button, I could have one on the side button on the mouse, that kind of thing, and I could get these in here, and then maybe I could do this. It feels maybe a little silly with the dodge button being on the left stick while it's like the same hand as the movement. For some reason that feels funny to me, but maybe if I rebound the controls I could do things this way, and that might be a cool way to play. I'm a little... I guess I could try playing like it right now. It feels a little awkward. And I don't have a way to slow down my movement, I don't think, so... Oh my gosh. Alright, some of these patterns are absolutely bonkers. And yeah, so I have to kind of get in close. I either spam this giant thing, which is a bit hard because it slows me down so much, or I have to get in super close where I'm just gonna eat these massive attacks, right? Ah! Yeah, see, I can't do melee stuff because these are like every single attack is this arc that has the same issue that I was explaining before. And these spinning things are kind of the same deal, where the closer that they get to the boss character, the denser they get, and you can't really weave between them anymore. So you just have to keep running backwards away from the character, and I guess this kind of works. I can dash in and dash out again. That's okay. It helps that there's only one of them now. Oh my gosh, I couldn't dash again fast enough. I can dash while charging this. I guess I got some health all of a sudden. I guess this person still has a lot of their own health. Looking at the top here. I feel like a lot of these things are just missing me by like pure luck. Alright, different. Oh my gosh. I can't move slowly because I don't have a button for that right now. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ah, see the dashes. Did I run out of lives or something? I didn't click anything to go back here. That's too bad. I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, but I guess, yeah, it kind of felt a little bit better, I think, with the gamepad on my left hand. It was a little silly, and I wasn't really used to playing that way because I haven't tried it yet. But I definitely, you know, I get a little more out of being able to do the movement with, for this genre of game, with a thumbstick rather than the WASD. Even though I'm missing some of the functionality and such. But yeah, so the boss design, I mean, it's interesting. I think that the attacks could just be made to feel like they feel a little bit better to deal with than they are right now. I definitely would rather, I don't know, there's just a general sort of feel of how all the things that can hurt you kind of come together. That can be either like fun to dodge, or it can just feel like it's like kind of out of your control, which is what a lot of this feels like. It feels like it's kind of out of my control, and there's a lot of attacks that just kind of they seem to like almost fly right through me. I guess the colliders were relatively forgiving, but the visuals weren't necessarily lining up in a way that was easy to understand. So it looked like there was a lot of attacks that were just kind of flying through me, and I just got lucky that they didn't hit me. I definitely would prefer forgiving colliders like that, but the visuals aren't helping. Like, there's just so much bloom and everything is just big, and I think you could do a lot to improve the intelligibility of the situation. But on top of that, just the types of attacks I think could be improved to make it so that there's more obvious like avenues to avoid things. Like I explained, having like a melee focused character is quite different, because if you're running backwards a lot, you can't really just keep spamming things. I did kind of get into that rhythm where it's like, okay, I can kind of dash in and out, which that's fine, but that only works so long, and then you have to deal with other things. Kind of gets into subtleties of how these sorts of attacks are made, the different patterns and stuff. It's hard to just say exactly like how I would do it, I guess, if I was doing it, but I think it could be improved, just to make the general feel of dodging things. And I mentioned a few times like the distance that the dash thing moves you, it feels a little bit like it's too much. Like you can't really control it as well as you'd like. So a lot of times if there's like some attack coming through you, you kind of just want to go through the attack, right? You don't want to like go through the attack and then go like 3 or 4 times further than that, because that's just kind of like out of control. So a lot of the time you just kind of want to get through that and then get into a better position. So I think that could be tightened up a little bit. You don't want it too short, because then that feels weak and useless. But you know, maybe just like 20 to 30% shorter or something might feel better. I would, you know, suggest just maybe just try tweaking it and see how it feels at different sizes and that kind of thing. But yeah, so we should probably wrap this up. I've said a lot. I think I kind of said a lot of the same things I might have last time, possibly. Generally, the game is quite entertaining. I think there's just, you know, little polish details and stuff, but yeah, a lot of these attacks are really satisfying. I really like the melee attacks a lot, even though like I kind of said before, that maybe the enemies aren't, maybe not all of the enemies are designed as well against, or for the melee characters. But it feels really satisfying, their attacks and the visuals and the sounds and everything. So I enjoy that. And I had a little bit of trouble, you know, using the cooldowns for reasons I think I already just described. But that's just me, I think. Yeah, I think last time I remember I also said, you know, just some of the, I guess the general kit of the different abilities of the enemies. I mean the playable characters, not the enemies. All of their different attacks. Everyone has like 5 different attacks, I guess. The primary and secondary, and then the 3 cooldowns, and there's like the charge up secondary thing, I guess. So everyone has all these series of attacks, and I don't know if all of them make as much sense as they should. Like some of them, it seems like you could just spam random things, and any one of them will kind of deal with enemies. And in some other cases, it's like, okay, this is useful for that, and that's useful for this, and I think that works out a little bit better. It kind of makes more sense. Like maybe Frank, you know, he has some melee attacks, and there might be a case where you need a longer range attack, and you can do that. I guess he has some of the cooldowns that I didn't really use that would work for that. He has the charge up attack, which I was more inclined to use because I didn't have to think about that so much. But it takes so long to charge that up that it was hard to do that. But generally, I wonder if there are like better ways you could put their kits together so that like one ability could be useful for one thing and then another ability for another thing, and maybe they might combine in interesting ways. I don't know. Any case, all sorts of stuff that you could focus on in this game. It's hard to vocalize everything I could imagine that could be done differently, I guess. But hopefully this has been useful for you. Personally, if I were to suggest like something to focus on, like one thing, I would say maybe just start with the visibility. I think there's a lot of stuff that can be made a lot more clear. A lot of glowy stuff and stuff that doesn't have enough contrast. Some enemies that are kind of blending in the background. Some bullets don't show up as much as they should. Some, you know, there's trees blocking bullets, things like that. This is all stuff that I think is like top priority for a bullet hell sort of game like this. So I would focus on that, and then from there, there's just different things you can do with attacks and timing and stuff that can improve the game feel. But hopefully this video is useful for you. I could probably go on and on about, you know, my own thoughts about where to go from here and all the things that I would change. I could probably do this forever, but maybe not appropriate for a video like this, so I'll wrap it up. But let me know if you have any questions. I'm very interested in this game, honestly, because it's well, it's fun, to put it simply, and it's been a while, but years ago I used to be kind of quite into the shmups and stuff, and I used to dabble in just a little bit in trying to make them, and I used to think about it a lot, so I guess this sort of game kind of grabs the developer interest in me a lot. But yeah, hopefully it was useful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.